Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you asked for a quick video to remind yourself how to do division for decimals. So here we go with the decimal question. So here we have a whole number 4 divided into 3 and 26/100ths. What we need to do is we need to divide just like we would a normal number. So we start with a 3. If we have 3 things, can we make a group of 4? Which hopefully you're all saying no. So we actually put a 0 up here. If you'd like to help yourself with the accounting or the keeping track, you can do 0 times 4, which is 0. And then we subtract. And as we should know, we're still left with a 3. Okay. Now we come to the decimal, which means we are now done with whole numbers. So when there's a decimal here, we have to transfer the decimal above so that people know that we are no longer talking about whole groups, we're talking about parts of groups. And now we can bring down that 2. So now we have 4 into 32, which if you know your times table, you should know goes in 8 times. And 4 times 8 is 32. So when we subtract them, we end up with 0. Now we can bring down the 6. And we do how many groups of 4 can we make out of 6? Well, we know we can make 1, which uses 4 things, which leaves us with 2. Now, when you're dividing with whole numbers and not decimals, we can usually just go up here and we can just write remainder 2. Unfortunately, we can't do that with decimals anymore because when we're talking about remainders, we're talking about whole numbers. And this is not a whole number remainder. This is a portion or 100th remainder. So what we can do is we can use our knowledge of equivalent decimals, and we know we can add an extra 0 here. Putting that 0 here has not changed the value of the number that we're dividing. We're just extending the decimal place value. So now I can bring that 0 down and get 20, which we know is divisible by 4. We can make 5 groups of 4 to make 20, which leaves us with nothing. Okay? Okay, so hopefully right now some of you are saying a bit mistaken. We don't always end up with a 0 here, so what do we do? Well, let's take a look at this one. We have 5 and 26/100ths divided by 3. So let's repeat the process. We start with the 5. We have 5 whole dollars. We can make 1 group of 3 out of it. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract, we should have 2 remaining. Okay, we know that we're now done working with whole numbers, so we have to transfer that decimal into our answer and then bring down the 2. So I have 22 things. We should know that we can make 7 groups of 3, which is 21 things have been used, which leaves us with 1 thing left over. And so finally we bring down that 6. We divide that by 3. We should know that we can make 5 groups of 3, which uses 15 things, and we subtract them and we're left with 1. But the problem is we can't do that remainders, so we keep going. We add that extra 0 using our knowledge of equivalent decimals, extend that decimal house, bring down that 0, and we have 10. So now we go, how many groups of 3 can we make out of 10? We can make 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 take away 9 leaves us with 1. Wait, hold on a second. We had 1 here, and we've got 1 here. Let's try it again and see what happens. Let's add another 0 and bring it down. Here we go. We got 10 again. Well, we know that we can make 3 groups of 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Take it away, we end up with 1. Now, we could repeat doing this over and over and over again, but that doesn't make sense because all we're going to do is keep getting the same answer and over and over and over again. So what we can do is we can draw the bar over top of the 3's, indicating that the 3's will repeat and never end. Hope this helps you with dividing with decimals.